Something big just happened in the global music scene, and if you blinked, you might have missed the moment when everything shifted. Imagine this. One of the biggest K-pop icons in the world stepping onto a stage that isn't just about music anymore, but about global culture, football, identity, and influence. Lisa didn't just release a song. She stepped into something much bigger. And what you're about to hear might completely change how you see FIFA anthems forever. Before we go deeper, make sure you stay until the end, because there's one detail about this project that most people completely overlooked, and it might be the key to understanding why this release is creating so much noise worldwide. Lisa has officially released the music video for Goals, a collaboration with Rema and Anitta, and from the very first second this project was announced, it didn't feel like a typical song release. It felt strategic. It felt global. And most importantly, it felt intentional. Because this isn't just about 3 artists coming together. This is about 3 continents colliding in one single track, tied to one of the biggest events on the planet, the FIFA World Cup 2026. Think about that scale for a second. The World Cup is not just a sports event. It's a cultural explosion that reaches billions of people across different languages, countries, and backgrounds. And now, Lisa is right at the center of it. That alone already says a lot about how far her influence has grown beyond K-pop. But what makes Goals even more interesting is how it's built to represent something larger than just music. Lisa represents Asia. Rema brings Africa into the mix. Anitta carries the energy of Latin America. 3 different sounds, 3 different fan bases, 3 different cultural identities, merged into one global anthem. And that concept alone is powerful. It's designed to feel inclusive, to feel worldwide, to feel like a reflection of how global entertainment is evolving right now. But here's where things start to get even more interesting. When the teaser first dropped, the reaction was instant. Social media exploded. Fans rushed to analyze every frame, every beat, every visual detail. The engagement numbers shot up fast, and within minutes, Goals was already being discussed across multiple platforms. But not all of that attention was positive. Some fans were impressed. They praised the bold concept, the unique combination of artists, and the fact that Lisa is now leading a project at this level. Others, however, had a completely different reaction. They expected something more traditional, something that sounded closer to previous World Cup anthems. And that's where the divide began. Because Goals doesn't follow the usual formula. Instead of going for a classic stadium chant or a predictable football anthem structure, the song leans into a more modern, global pop sound. It blends styles in a way that feels experimental, even risky. And the music video reflects that same approach. The visuals are bold, dominated by strong colors, especially deep reds, creating a powerful and almost cinematic atmosphere. It doesn't just show football. It shows attitude, fashion, identity, and a new kind of energy. There are moments in the video that feel almost symbolic. The way each artist is presented, the transitions between scenes, the styling choices, everything feels carefully designed to communicate something beyond the surface. It's not just about scoring goals on a field. It's about achieving something bigger, something global, something that resonates across cultures. Now here's something you need to pay attention to, because this is where the narrative gets deeper. In the middle of all this hype and debate, one question keeps coming up. Is this really a FIFA anthem, or is this the beginning of a new direction for global event music? Because if you look closely, Goals feels less like a traditional anthem and more like a statement. A statement that the world is changing, that music is becoming more interconnected, and that artists like Lisa are no longer limited by genre or origin. And that might explain why the reactions are so mixed. People who expected something familiar feel surprised, maybe even disappointed. But those who are open to change see this as evolution. They see this as a new chapter where global collaborations are not just about features, but about representing entire regions and audiences in one unified project. Right now, the conversation is still growing. Some are calling it innovative. Others are calling it unexpected. But one thing is clear, nobody is ignoring it. And in the world of global entertainment, attention is everything. If you're still watching, here's something to think about. What if this isn't just about one song? What if Goals is actually setting the tone for how future World Cup music will be created? More diverse, more experimental, more global than ever before. And if that's true, then Lisa isn't just participating in a big project. She's leading a shift. As the music video continues to gain views and discussions keep spreading, the real impact of this release is only starting to unfold. Numbers will grow, opinions will evolve, and over time, we'll see whether Goals becomes one of those songs that people look back on as a turning point. But for now, one thing is certain. Lisa has once again proven that she knows how to capture the world's attention. Not just through performance, not just through visuals, but through choosing projects that place her right at the center of global conversations. And that's exactly why this moment matters. So what do you think? Is Goals the future of FIFA anthems, or is it too different from what fans expected? Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and the next chapter might be even bigger than this one. And here's the part most people are not ready for yet. Because what we're seeing right now might only be the surface. When a project like this drops, people focus on the obvious things first. The artists, the visuals, the sound. But the real impact usually comes later. Slowly, quietly, and then suddenly, it's everywhere. Think about how global hits actually grow. They don't always explode instantly in the way people expect. Sometimes they build tension first. They create conversation. They divide opinion. And then, something clicks. Goals feels like that kind of record. Right now, it's sitting in that space where people are still figuring it out. Still replaying it. Still debating what it really means. And that's important. Because confusion creates curiosity. And curiosity keeps people watching. Look at how the video is structured. It doesn't rush to give you everything. It reveals itself in layers. One scene feels clean and controlled. Then suddenly, the energy shifts. Lighting changes. Angles tighten. The mood gets heavier. You start noticing details you missed the first time. That's not accidental. That's design. It's built for replay. Built for discussion. Built for people to come back and say, "Wait, I didn't catch that before." And that kind of experience is exactly what drives retention in today's content world. Now think about Lisa's role in all of this. She's not just featured. She's positioned. Every frame she's in feels intentional. Every look, every movement, every expression. It's controlled, confident. Almost like she already knows the weight of this moment. Because stepping into a FIFA-linked project isn't small. It's not just another release cycle. It's exposure on a completely different level. And with that level comes pressure. Not just to perform, but to represent. To carry a global audience that goes far beyond a single fandom. And that's where things get even more intense. Because now, expectations are no longer simple. They're massive. Some people want nostalgia. Others want innovation. Some want something easy to sing. Others want something visually unforgettable. And Goals sits right in the middle of all that.